protect and serve. Some go far above and beyond. Some outstanding police officers in the Valley are being recognized tonight as the LVMPD Foundation holds its 10th annual Best of the Badge Gala. Fox's Mike Allen brings us some highlights from the event.
Yeah, 25 officers getting recognition tonight for their courageous actions that saved the lives of people they protect and also their fellow officers. One of the recipients tonight was Kimberly Guzman. She responded to a family disturbance call and walked into an apartment where a suspect grabbed a 13-inch butcher knife. Officer Guzman was able to wrestle the knife away from the suspect without using deadly force. You see some video of the incident from a body cam. You see just how high the tensions were and how fast this officer had to respond. Here's what she said about the incident.
I felt like it could have gone a whole different way, it could have gone worse, but the fact that we stayed in the fight until we were able to release that knife and secure it away from family, from him, from anything, I feel like we brought the justice for the victim and we let him, see his future as well.
For her actions, Guzman received the LVMPD Medal of Honor. Now, later tonight at 11, we're going to hear from that officer again just before she received her award tonight about what else that incident meant to her. Back to you.